भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्वी नावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good evening. Today, something about leadership. How important leadership is. Every society needs leaders. A leaderless society is like a rudderless ship. A rudderless ship, it will drift directionless. Similarly, in every situation, every organization, every society, every country needs leadership, leaders. So leaders means the people who have more clarity than other individuals in the society. Somebody who can look into the future. Somebody who has the foresight and farsight. Somebody who is sitting kind of on a perch and high. So he has better understanding of things, right? That's why you want to follow. If you are no better than me, then why should I follow you? You have better intellect, you have better insight. You have greater capacity to lead a group of people. A leader means basically an individual who organizes the energies and talents and the genius of other people and helps others also to grow to their full potential. So that is the responsibility of a leader. To achieve this and to do this, leader must be free from jealousy. Leader must be impartial. And leader must be self-sacrificing. Okay, you should not be selfish. What I will get, what I will get, what I will get. Leader means the individual who is ready to sacrifice his life for the sake of his followers. Whoever actually is following me, if I am a leader, I must sacrifice my interest for the sake of the people who have reposed their trust on me. నా మీద ఎవరైతే నమ్మకం విశ్వాసం ఉంచారో వాళ్ళ కోసం నేను నా జీవితాన్ని త్యాగం చేయాలి. అప్పుడే నేను నాయకుడిని అవుతాను. అలాంటి త్యాగం లేకుండా nobody can become really great leader. So Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa used to give an analogy, an example. So in such cases where there is no real character in the leader, but he wants to have the followers, he wants to keep huge following, what will happen? He will not be able to command the true loyalty and allegiance of the followers. They will be there with the leader as long as the leader has power, or they will be with the leader when there is power wealth with the leader. Once the leader is bereft of power, he has no power, he has no money, the followers will desert, will leave the leader. So Sri Ramakrishna used to say the relationship will be like that of a water snake trying to eat a bullfrog. Water snake mouth is very small. Okay, but it is trying to swallow a bullfrog. Bullfrog is a big frog. Right? What happens? Neither it can swallow nor it can let it go. It's a friction for both. The frog won't die. And also it cannot swallow. So it cannot let it go also. Suppose it is a cobra, it bites a frog. In 3 crocks, actually, the frog will die, it will just swallow it. That means the leader has the capacity. No rebellions can happen there. Nobody can revolt against the leader because leader has the power, leader has the ability, leader has the character. So just see page number 108, what Swamiji is saying here. Why the Sipahi Mutiny 1857 was a failure. An English friend of mine named General Strong was in India during the Sipahi Mutiny. One day in the course of conversation, I asked him how it was that the Sipahis who had enough of guns and ammunition and were also trained veterans came to suffer such a defeat. He replied that the leaders among them, instead of advancing forward, only kept shouting from a safe position in the rear, "Fight on, brave lads," and so forth. But unless the commanding officer goes ahead and faces death, the rest will never fight with heart. It is the same in every branch. We study so many reasons in our history book. It's a very important question, in our history text, 1857 mutiny, why it has become a failure. There are many reasons are adduced there. Reasons like there was no unity among the people and pan-India participation was not there. Poor arms and ammunition. There was not proper coordination. All kinds of reasons are attributed. But this British general told Swami Vivekananda, main reason was lack of leadership. The leaders who were supposed to lead the contingents, instead of actually standing in the front and leading the contingent, they, just to save their own lives, they were actually behind and shouting from behind, asking others to move forward. Okay? March on, brave lads. March on, brave lads. Who will go forward? And the leader himself is sitting in the back. Leader wants to save his own life. That is not a great leadership. Leader must be ready to sacrifice his life first. Then people will follow. They will fight like lions. And the leader is in the front. Leader himself is a coward. He doesn't have the courage, actually. He sits in the back and then asks the people to move forward. Who will go? That's what happened, lack of leadership. In fact, British were caught off guard. British were not prepared to face such a rebellion. We could have won freedom in 1857 itself. We were actually on the verge of victory, in fact. Okay, we could have won that. We could have driven the British out of India in 1857 itself. Because the Sipahi Mutiny failed, we had to wait for independence for 90 more years. We just see the course of India's history would have been totally different had we won freedom in 1857. We missed that opportunity because lack of leadership. Okay? Thereafter, British never allowed people actually to organize ourselves. They never allowed Indians to organize a military coup to dethrone them. They became so alert thereafter, 1857. Nobody else, till Azad Hindu Fauj. Subhash Chandra Bose attempted it, but that also could not succeed for various reasons. Such a huge gap, you just see. Thereafter, they became very alert. But in 1857, we almost actually could have won. It was such a, easy thing, but because of lack of leadership. The leaders who led the mutiny, they did not have the courage. They were not prepared to sacrifice their lives for the sake of country. Who told this? To Vivekananda, when British Army General told. British Army General told. So the leader must be self-sacrificing. Leader must have the courage. An individual who doesn't have the courage, an individual who lacks that spirit of self-sacrifice can never become a leader. If you ever aspire to become a leader, first cultivate these qualities. First thing, you have to have the spirit of self-sacrifice. Second thing, you should be free from jealousy. Third, you should be impartial. Fourth, you should be able to give unconditional love to all of your followers. then alone you can become a great leader and true leader. When you have such leadership qualities, your followers will die for you. When you are ready to die for them, they will be ready to die for you. Okay? Otherwise, it will be like water snake and bullfrog relation. It's trouble for both, trouble for the leader and trouble for the followers also. Thank you. Nice evening.